You expected a reaction, but you gave him silence. You expected an argument, but you gave him a question. When someone hurts you, they are prepared for your pain, but they aren't prepared for your peace. Most people ignore this because they want immediate revenge. 99% miss the last part, and if you do, you'll stay trapped in their emotional maze forever. Skip this, and you remain a pawn in a game you never wanted to play. Silent power. Have you ever walked into a room and felt your entire nervous system shift before you even said hello? In our lab at the Science of People, we call this thin slicing. Within the first 7 seconds of meeting someone, your brain is processing thousands of data points to decide if that person is a friend, a foe, or a social risk. When a man hurts you, he is often operating from a place of predictable patterns. He expects you to cry, to shout, or to defend yourself. He is prepared for your high anxiety cues. But the most confusing thing you can do, the thing that shifts the status of the entire interaction, is to offer him a micro-expression of neutrality. Most people think that to be powerful, you have to be loud. But in the science of body language, the neutral mask is one of the highest status signals you can project. When you are hurt, your limbic system is screaming for a reaction. It wants to fight or flee. But if you can master the discipline of stillness, you create a massive curiosity gap in his mind. He begins to wonder, why isn't she reacting? What does she know that I don't? By refusing to give him the emotional dopamine hit of your reaction, you are effectively socially deleting the impact of his behavior. You are signaling that his actions do not have the power to move your internal needle. In our research, we've found that high rapport interactions require synchrony. When someone hurts you, they are trying to force you into a negative synchrony. They want you to match their low vibrational energy. When you stay grounded, you are breaking the neural coupling. You are standing in your own intimate zone with total internal authority. This isn't about being cold or aloof, it's about being unshakable. Think about your frontal heart fold. Usually, when we are hurt, we contract, we cross our arms, we look away, we shrink. To confuse him, you do the opposite. You maintain an open, relaxed posture. You keep your shoulders back and your hands visible. This signals total confidence and low threat perception. This silent power is a form of cognitive friction. You are giving him a non-verbal script that he doesn't know how to read. He is looking for a vulnerability loop to exploit, but all he finds is a solid anchor. This is where the confusion begins. Because he cannot predict your next move, his brain has to work overtime to figure you out. He moves from being the aggressor to being the observer. You have successfully shifted the power dynamic without saying a single word. You are no longer an option in his game. You have become the atmosphere he has to navigate. To master this, you must practice internal inquiry. Ask yourself in the moment, is his behavior worth my energy? When you realize that your attention is your most valuable asset, you become very selective about where you spend it. Confusing him with silence is not a game. It is a sovereign choice. You are protecting your sacred vessel from unnecessary friction. This aligns with the universal principle of self-mastery. When you conquer your own impulse to react, you have already won the interaction. You are the still point in his turning world. Emotional distance. The second way to confuse him is through the science of the withdrawal. In behavioral economics, we talk about the law of scarcity. When something is abundant, its value drops. When something is rare, its value skyrockets. Most women, when hurt, move closer to the problem. They want to talk it out, they want to fix it, they want validation. This makes your emotional energy abundant and, therefore, low value. To confuse him, you must move into intentional scarcity. You don't ghost him. That's a low-status move that signals you are reactive. Instead, you become politely distant. Think about your vocal warmth. When we are close to someone, our voice has a specific melodic arc. We use high warmth cues. When you move to politely distant, you remove the warmth but keep the competence. Your voice becomes low resonance and steady. You answer questions with concise clarity, but you don't offer extra information. You are removing the emotional context from the relationship. This creates a status sink for him. He feels the loss of your presence like a sudden drop in temperature. Because you aren't angry, which is still a form of engagement, he can't label you as the problem. He is left alone with his own character flaws. We call this self-signaling. By withdrawing your emotional investment, you are telling your own brain and his that you are a luxury human. Luxuries are not available to those who don't respect the craftsmanship. When you are hurt, you don't beg for respect. You embody it by moving your attention elsewhere. This is the end of the search for him. He suddenly realizes that the secure base he took for granted is no longer secure. He starts thin slicing your every move, looking for a sign of interest, but all he finds is civility. Civility is the most confusing response to hurt because it is impenetrable. This emotional distance is rooted in moral integrity. You are choosing to fast from the drama. You are clearing the social dust from your mind. When you aren't chasing his approval, you are finally free to observe the truth of the situation. You see his micro expressions of regret or confusion, but you don't rescue him from them. You allow him to sit in the silence of his own making. This is a high-stakes social lesson. You are teaching him the price of your presence. If he wants the warmth back, he has to level up his own character. I want you to realize that distance is not punishment. It is protection. You are guarding the gate of your heart. When you practice sovereign withdrawal, you find an internal peace that doesn't depend on his apology. You are already full. You don't need him to complete the loop because you have closed it yourself through reflection and discipline. This lack of neediness is the most magnetic and confusing signal you can send. It tells him that you are the captain of your own ship, and he is just a passenger who might be asked to leave at the next port. Cognitive friction. The third level of confusion is verbal aikido. Most men, when they hurt you, have a script in their heads for the conflict. They expect a linear argument. To confuse him, you must introduce non-linear responses. Instead of defending yourself, you ask deep, socially curious questions. If he says something hurtful, you look at him with steady eye contact and ask, "What was the goal of that comment?" Or, "I'm curious, what part of you felt that was the best way to communicate right now?" This is cognitive friction at its finest. By asking a question instead of making a statement, you are forcing him to process his own behavior. You are moving the conflict from the amygdala, the emotional center, to the prefrontal cortex, the rational center. You are essentially neural coupling him to his own conscience. This is incredibly confusing because it demands self-awareness, which is usually the one thing he was trying to avoid by hurting you in the first place. You aren't attacking him, you are witnessing him. This objective gaze is a supreme status signal. It shows that you have high emotional intelligence and internal sovereignty. We also have to talk about the power of the pause. In our lab, we found that the average pause in a conversation is less than half a second. To confuse him, you extend the pause to 3 seconds. After he speaks, you just look at him. You aren't staring, which is aggressive. You are processing. This presence play creates a curiosity gap. It makes him feel transparent. He will often start over-explaining himself to fill the silence. This is a submission cue. By doing less, you are making him do more. You are leading the interaction through stillness. Verbal Aikido is also about reframing the narrative. If he tries to gaslight you, you don't argue with his reality. You simply state your internal truth with vocal authority. I hear that you remember it that way. My experience was different. And then you stop. You don't justify, argue, defend, or explain jade. When you stop jading, you are self-signaling that your truth is not up for negotiation. This is the end game of social intelligence. You are a master of the great call. You are whole, happy, and free. This approach is halal for the soul. It is pure and disciplined. You aren't using deception. You are using truth as a shield. You are aligned with universal morality. You treat him with respect, but you treat yourself with honesty. This clarity of character is what melts the ego. He may not change immediately, but he will be permanently altered by the experience of a woman who cannot be manipulated. You have become a station of light, and light doesn't fight the darkness, it simply dissolves it. Moral high ground. The fourth chapter of this people science is the blueprint of integrity. When a man hurts you, the world tells you to get even. But getting even is a low status move. It means you are matching his frequency. To truly confuse him, you must stay on the moral high ground. You continue to act with integrity, kindness, and grace, not for his sake, but for yours. This is predictable reliability. When your character is consistent regardless of his chaos, you become unsmearable. You are self-signaling supreme excellence. Think about the halo effect. When you act with grace under pressure, people subconsciously assume you are high value in all areas of your life. He will see this aura around you and realize that he is the outlier. He is the one who is out of sync with the universal rhythm. This creates a social pressure that is far more powerful than any argument. He begins to feel the weight of his own immorality. Your goodness becomes a mirror that shows him his own shadow. This is the most profound form of confusion. It is the spiritual awakening of the ego. In our research, we've found that high warmth paired with high competence is the golden ratio for influence. By staying kind but firm in your boundaries, you are embodying this ratio. You aren't a doormat, low competence, and you aren't a tyrant, low warmth. You are a leader. Leaders don't react to small men. They govern their environment. When you govern your internal weather, you change the atmosphere of the room. He will feel compelled to respect you, even if he doesn't want to. It is a biological imperative. This moral discipline involves the power of forgiveness, but not the shallow forgiveness that invites more hurt. I'm talking about spiritual resignation, the act of releasing the debt. When you release the debt, he no longer has power over your future. You are debt-free. This is total sovereignty. He will be confused by your lack of grudge. He will look for the hook, but there is no hook. You have transcended the transaction. You are whole. You are free. This is the end of the search for validation. You have found it in your own integrity. I encourage you to be vigilant about your internal brand. Are you a woman of truth? Are you a woman of peace? When you align your daily actions with universal principles, you broadcast a frequency that is unstoppable. He will be drawn to your light, but he will be blinded by your standards. You are a luxury soul, and luxuries are earned, not taken. By staying on the high road, you are lighting the runway for a higher connection. You are ready for the destiny that matches your vibration. Radiant detachment. The final chapter is radiant detachment. This is the end game of female psychology. It is the moment when you truly realize that your happiness is independent of his actions. You are detached from the outcome. This isn't apathy, it is fullness. You are so full of your own purpose, your own growth, and your own connection to the source that his hurt is like a drop of rain in a vast ocean. It ripples, but it doesn't change the sea. This is the ultimate confusion for a man who wanted to be your world. When you reach radiant detachment, your micro-expressions are genuine. You have a glow of contentment. You can look at him with compassion because you see his suffering behind his aggression. You are the master of the room because you are the master of your own emotions. You don't need him to be different for you to be okay. This lack of neediness is the most magnetic and powerful state a human can achieve. You have passed the test of the first 7 seconds and the final 70 years. You are iconic. In our lab, we call this outcome independence. It is the secret ingredient of charisma. When you are detached, you are present. You aren't worrying about the future or regretting the past. You are here. And presence is the ultimate luxury. He will be obsessed with your stillness. He will chase your peace. But because you are detached, you don't chase back. You attract, you govern, you be. This is the sacred union of mind, heart, and spirit. You are a whole man, or in this case, a whole woman, in a fragmented world. This alignment with universal truth is what creates a legacy. You are leaving a frequency behind you that heals others. By confusing him with your excellence, you are actually serving him. You are showing him a higher way of being. You are a teacher of grace. This is the halal of connection, the purity of intention. You aren't looking to win, you are looking to be true. And when you are true, you win by default. The universe supports those who are in flow. You have found the rhythm. True peace is the realization that you are the architect of your own aura. You have the tools, you have the science, and you have the spirit. Don't let another small moment steal your greatness. Be bold, be still, and be kind. The world is hungry for your presence. Give it to them abundantly. When you confuse the hurt with peace, you are transforming the world. You move from the shadows into the light. You are the master of your own destiny. True connection is the moment when your internal light is so bright that it reflects off the person standing in front of you, creating a world of peace and clarity. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are living in alignment with your highest self and that every breath you take is a step toward your own greatness. When you find that center, you find a truth that is unshakable and a beauty that is eternal. You don't have to search for it, you just have to be it, and the world will mirror your excellence back to you in every touch and every gaze. Be honest. Did this speak to you too? Which predictable reaction have you been leaking that you're ready to trade for silent power?